Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Whew. I don't know if you guys feel it. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Do you feel it? Who this message is for? You're going through a lot of intense emotional energy. Intense emotional energy. After being in a certain scenario and situation for some time. After being at a standstill, it seemed like your life was at a standstill for a while. And now, as you're going through this process of transformation that's happening really fast, there's a lot of emotional energy. It's intense. It's really, really intense. So it's okay. That's what I'm here to tell you, baby. It is okay. You are beyond okay. Okay? You're not losing your mind. It says here you are the master of manifestation. The rainmaker. You're the master of manifestation. You have no problem visioning. You have no problem allowing for yourself to vision beyond what seems even possibly possible. You have no problem with that. You dare to vision. You dare to dream. Yes, I can feel like there's been some you've had some pushback from people in your life. So sometimes you don't know, you like go forward and you get really, really excited. So sometimes you've talked a little bit too much. Okay, baby, it's okay. Right? But you have really fought to come into the truth of you, into the authentic nature of you, into your freedom. You have fought for your personal freedom, your freedom to just be you. Because the people in your life don't know nothing about that. Well, they say you don't know nothing about that. They don't know too much about that in the way that you understand it to be. Let me put this mic on so you guys can really hear me, because I got a feeling we don't need anything missed, okay? let me put the microphone on. Okay, so listen. Yeah, you have fought for this. And I want to say congratulations, because you fought long and hard. And so, and you've kind of been in this still situation where it's been so long that you have fought, that you've stood on your vision, that you've held on to your dream for so long that it's almost, I want to say, it's somewhat of an energy of complacency, but it's really not. It's kind of like a stalemate. You kind of felt like, when is it gonna go? I know it's coming, but when? But I want you to know that your vision is coming to pass. Trust and believe. I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you, first of all, I choose to be guided. Hey, I'm your host. I always say host because I'm used to being on radio. So I'm your host, Dr. Princess-Odilia. And my life's true purpose is to help you reach your life's true purpose. That's what I live for. Literally. Okay? Literally. And so listen. This energy is very strong, and I want to encourage you. We have, first of all, 10-10 out here. 10-10, 10-10. We have 8 and 8, which is 16, so that's 7. And I like to say that when you break that 10 down, you got 5 times 2, which is 10. 52 may be important, 42, 62, 21. Listen, yesterday was August 5th. So on August 5th, I felt this energy, like, oh, it just, my day started off great. And then it seemed like I was being distracted by distraction itself. And I allowed myself to not go there mentally, to not allow myself to sink into a funk of frustration with myself, because it seemed like I was being pulled this way and pulled that way, and I was trying to gain my footing after my meditation. So let me share something. I ended up being distracted, I want to say, and my distraction was because it wasn't what I had planned. So that's that's a message for somebody. You're being frustrated because where divine is taking you is in a direction that you didn't have planned. It wasn't your plan to go over there, but you seem to just literally almost being forced there. But there's this situation of resistance, that you're resisting the move forward. So listen, baby, I went through all of this, and I'm like, look, I am, let me stay focused. I'm like, okay, God, keep my heart and mind stayed on you so that I may do your will. You know, we have a lot of projects on the table. I don't have time to be getting pushed around. I go right into a spot, a briefcase, an old briefcase that I have not looked in probably 6-7 months. I pull it out. I was looking for something specific. I heard intuitively that I was being distracted. So I'm canceling and destroying the energy of distraction out of my life, and I'm calling back my power, and I'm going through all of this. And I stumble on a photograph. Yeah, that type thing. So I open this briefcase, pull out a notebook, and there are some notes that I had taken. What is this? 2026. 4 years ago to the date. It was August 5th, 2022. When I started reading, because the Spirit said, turn to the middle of the book. So I turned to the middle of the notebook that I had written in. And when I turned to the middle of the notebook, guys, tears were just flowing, because as I'm reading what I had written, those things had happened. They literally had happened, and it had to do with my children and I. Certain things were going on at that time. I don't even know how I had to really be thinking way out the box for me to be writing the dream and the vision that I wrote, because I remember what was going on at that time. So I know what state of mind I was in. I was in a situation of depression. I was on the couch trying to peel my way off. I was messed up, okay? Even divine could not. Now, I'm highly intuitive, have been all my life. But in that moment, I couldn't hear God. What my actual truth was almost hard. It was not almost. My actual truth was unbearable for me to hear intuitively, as divine was throwing those dimes and reminding me of who I was, I didn't want to hear that, because I was on the couch and I couldn't find my way up off that couch. And I didn't at the time understand, how the hell did I get here with my happy self? How the hell did I get here? Depression doesn't happen to me, but it did. Stumbled on a photograph. I'm saying this to say, whoever you are, baby, whatever you have dreamed that is completely out the box, I mean super really out the box, for anything in your life, I want you to know that regardless of whatever anybody say, even you, don't even allow for you to think those negative thoughts. Don't allow for you to think those negative thoughts. Because I am telling you that the impossible is definitely yours. You're in a season right now where it's just very, very emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because of how quick, how fast you are at the end of the cycle. The cycle of waiting, the whole energy of you having to wait, you're at the end of it. Yeah. You're at the end of waiting. Okay? And it's getting ready to happen extremely fast for you. 10 is all over this table. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, baby. Hello, everybody. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Yeah, it's over. It's over. And you fighting for your, and look, this willpower. You fighting for your truth, fighting for your freedom, fighting for your authenticity. Some of you may be a young adult and you're really up against the challenge of tradition with your family. You have an idea that you want to go over here and do this kind of way because you're being guided to go another kind of way, which is very different from how it's been done in your family. So you've had to fight for that. You've probably had family that said, you know what, if you don't do it this way, I'm going to disown you. So because you need to be doing it this way because this is how we've done it. And you're saying, I'm not doing it that way because that's not how I'm being guided. So your willpower, your stamina, it says take action. You've taken action. And as a result of that, you've got a fresh start that's coming. And the spirit, look, the readjustments. 77793. Yeah. Your willpower, overcoming obstacles. Even there's a romance. Okay. Renewal, reconnection. Your self-control is strong enough to set things right. A new romantic or platonic friendship is on the horizon, along with the opportunity to reconnect and start anew with someone from your past. Trust that everything will fall into place as you embrace these positive changes. See, that, you know what, that's been coming out too. Somebody from the past, but it's going to happen fast. And as it relates to the love connection, that scenario is going to have to happen fast because both of you would actually end up thinking about it too hard. And if you think about it too long, you're going to both say no, right? You're going to talk yourself out of the divine order of, and look at this right here. Look at your intuition. And it says, good luck. You are on the right track. Spiritual guides are supporting and encouraging you to give your best effort. Success is within your reach. Stay observant of your surroundings and communicate clearly. Trust that everything will fall into place for you. Right now is the time to realize your long-held ideas. Listen, I'm telling you, when I saw that, wow, it says release. Look, Spirit wants you to release so that you can receive. Release. If you are one that you're having a hard time letting go of a traditional way of thinking, having a hard time stepping into your authenticity so that you can be free. Spirit say release so that you can receive. Release what you think you thought you knew so that you can receive what is new and divine for you right now in your life. Okay, all right, Holy Spirit. Okay, so Spirit said take both of these. Okay, so I'm gonna take both of these. What this saying? What we're saying? 12, 21, 21. Again, 333. We're gonna look that up. 333. Taking initiative. And somebody has taken initiative Take what resonates and leave the rest. Someone has taken initiative on their journey, and you're embarking upon this transformative experience, and it's happening very, very fast. You've actually persevered through a lot. You've persevered. Your journey has, none of the journeys are easy. They're not easy. Let's just be clear. All right. I'm not here to fluff it. We're not going to fluff it. All right. It's not easy. And it's just not. All right. So you've stepped into your personal power, right? Abundance is relative to what your soul's mission is, your soul's path. Happy soul, happy life. Your soul not happy? Trust me. You can go and chase whatever somebody else is trying to do, what you see online, what Susie, Mary, Jane, and John may be doing. But I promise you, when you get there to where you thought you were going, you will find out that it was not for you, and your soul will still be in a restless state. So your soul, and as you know here, ICBG fam, we choose to be guided, and we understand that the soul is what you carry, literally. Like you're an energy, your soul is an energy. All right. Everything in this game of life is an energy. So that which you carry has an intent and a mission. And if you don't know your life's true purpose, you can repeat this after me. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire. And so shall my plans be established. Amen. And so it is. I want you guys to get Convos with God. Make it make sense, please. It is available right now on Amazon. All right. So, and also Goal of the Soul. You guys will be able to order it early. Yeah. On Amazon. Yes. I'll give you guys that information at the end here. Okay. Yes, because that's the mission. That's your happiness. AI and everybody and their mama hey, look, let me tell you, that's energy too. Don't get it twisted. But we're not going to talk about AI today. We're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about the fact that you are on a mission and you are in a situation that has you feeling very emotionally heightened. I mean, it's high. Your emotions feel like they're all over the place. If you are feeling anxious, anxious, God, what am I to experience in this moment now? What am I to experience in this moment now? Do not draw conclusions on the conclusion. And for who this message is for, you are in the seat of this expedited process, this expedited rush. So you got to find your footing. It's like riding in a very fast merry-go-round. You got to hold on really tight. So you have to really connect and really pay attention to how the Spirit is guiding you. Don't allow your emotions, the emotions of this time, to get away from you. Don't get stuck in your emotions, where you're completely thwarted on the process. Keep your footing. Keep yourself grounded. Because on the inside, you have really transcended to another era in your life. And so you have to maintain your balance and be very conscious about it. Literally. You're taking chances, starting fresh. And it says an unexpected shift. So the shift is getting ready to happen very, very fast. Like I said, look at this. This is 8, 8. This is 4 and 4, which is 8. You are starting fresh. The shift is unexpected. Here, taking chances. It says your balance. You have healthy, you've already established some healthy boundaries. For those of you who have a new love, it's going to be new because the person that's coming back is new. They've evolved as well, right? Just maintain your healthy boundaries. I didn't post this video, but I think I am going to. The other day, it was yesterday, where look, you don't know what you don't know. And it can be very difficult when you're in a relationship and you've never had lessons. You don't know how a relationship should go. And you're having to follow how you're guided, but all the choices that you've made in the past have left you in a situation where it was either painful or extremely questionable. So in the past, you've had all these relationships that have not favored for you. And now you're saying to yourself, how do I know when there's love? How do I trust? How do I trust moving forward? Because you don't know what you don't know. If you don't know it, you just don't know. This is where it is so important for you to stay grounded intuitively. I taught my children, and listen, some of you may be going into a scenario and there are some doors that you are to go through because you are a generational curse breaker for your family. So you're going to go through some doors that, hey, the door, you can't come right back out that room. You can't come right back out once you done walked in that door and made that decision. But for some of you, it is literally the objective of your soul to go in that room. So you're not crazy if you feel like, look, I've been following, I'm being guided, and me being guided took me here. Well, if it took you there, now it's divine. What am I to experience in this moment now before you blow a gasket and think that you have failed? You haven't failed, baby. It's what am I to experience in this moment now? Go ahead and go on through the room, go through the whatever you have to go through, get on up out of there without creating karma for yourself. Don't pass judgment on the situations that you may experience, may be called for you to experience in that space. Just go on through, walk on through it. As it relates to this relationship that is coming back together, unexpected shift, somebody has had an epiphany. We talked about that the other day. Somebody has had an epiphany that has changed the game. They realize they see everything now. They know that they were lied to. They know they were manipulated in a scenario. They know all of it. So they have had this epiphany. It's like an awakening that is going to happen extremely fast. And when it does, divine is going to orchestrate you both into the room. Don't even worry about it. You don't have to worry or stress about how this is going to come together. Just know that it is. So divine wants you to just be grounded. That means allow yourself to be, meditate. Day and night. That's how you got here. Don't forget where you came from. You know good and well that you had to really be on your face. You were meditating. You were doing as you were guided to do. You couldn't have made it here otherwise. Don't stress it out. I know for me, myself, even in my life, before I was put into the lion's den, what does it say? What is that? Matthew, I can't remember. Is it Matthew? What? Y'all know the one where it tells the story of Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach, being led to the mountaintop to be tempted. Led to the mountaintop to be tempted. Somebody's been led, you were led there to be tempted. You were led there to go through what you have to go through so that you can overcome what is necessary for you to overcome so that you can come out on the other side in the seat of the balance. But you had in the seat of abundance, in the seat of balance, in the seat of clarity, in the seat of peace, in the seat of love, in the seat of joy, in the seat of true happiness. See, you were led to the mountaintop to be tempted so that you could come into the fulfillment of the life that you desire. So for some of you, you've walked in a room and there is no getting out of that room until you have gone through the course. You like walked up in a scenario and it was no turning back because divine shut and locked that door. It's no knob on that side. Now you got to walk on through it. So now it's up to you to stay grounded. Don't let anything come to your mind that causes you to doubt at this point. There is nothing to doubt. There is nothing to fear at all. I don't like, they say there's nothing to fear but fear itself. You don't fear fear. No, there's nothing to fear, period. And point blank, period. There's nothing to fear. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death. Look at that. Lessons learned. Lessons learned already. Culmination, results, benefits, reflection. Reflect on your achievements and the journey that led you here. Look at that. This reminder encourages you to stay optimistic, okay? And keep striving toward your goals. Keep your momentum supported by the powers of heaven. You've accomplished great things now. Embrace the rewards you've earned. You've earned this. You've manifested wisdom. Trust how you're being guided. Let me tell you, when I looked at that, in the moment that I thought I was being distracted and I was wanting to resist that moment, resist everything that I was doing, it was like I was moving, just moving. But I'm like, what in the world is wrong with me? But it led me to the discovery of something that was to encourage me. It led me to a document that I wrote, a vision that I wrote, that I was saying, like, I remember the other day, all right, ICBD family, I choose to be guided. I said, we're going to write down. I want you to write down and actually record yourself. I cannot believe how today went. Today is absolutely amazing. Like, wow. I got up and I did everything that I needed to do. That addiction, I can't even believe that I'm not even smoking anymore because I don't even remember when I stopped. It just happened. Oh my goodness, I just walked up in this room. Oh my God, I love my home. My home is so beautiful. Wow, I can't believe that I'm here right now. I can't believe that I'm actually in this house. Like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, literally affirm that. In the book in the notes that I had written, I was saying that, and it included myself and my grown children, certain things that would happen. And I'm telling you, it was like an impossible, like, what, girl, what are you thinking? You said what? About what? Okay, right? Some of you are saying it to yourself. Okay, all right. I done taken it a little too far. No, you didn't. I just wept and wept and wept. All I could do was cry. I could not believe. I'm like, are you serious? What am I to experience in this moment now? Like, this is a powerful message. It was to the date. It was on August 5th, 2022. And I ran across that experience reading what I had written in a notebook. Divine said, turn to the middle of the book. I turned to the middle of the book, and on August 5th, 2026, 4 years to the date, I could not believe the things that I had said, but I wrote it down in the mindset that I was in at that time, which was going through depression, couldn't find my way. Divine couldn't even tell me who I trust and listen to all the time. Couldn't tell me anything about my own truth that I had actually experienced and had actually achieved. I didn't want to hear it. I couldn't even believe it myself because they didn't want to hear it. My mouth had been shut. Listen, let me tell you something. That thing that you have pondered I want you to record yourself. I want you to write it down. After you do your meditation in the mornings and at night, this is absolutely amazing. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Allow yourself to feel it. Because if you're saying it and you don't feel it, it's not doing anything. You done stop the boat. You done stop the boat. Because you don't feel it. It's in the feeling. It's in the feeling, baby. I don't know why this came to me. What? Listen, okay, so I guess I'm going to share this story. This is, wow. Okay, so listen. My grandmother must have been about 70-something at this time when she said this to me. This message is for somebody. Listen. Okay, I'm going to share it. And she said to me one day, she was talking about a friend of hers. I lived with my grandmother at that time. So mother told me, she said, you think just because I'm 70 years old that I don't get the feeling? I said, what? Now, I didn't understand. Like, what you saying, mother? Because I thought mother was old, right? I thought mother was old. She was too old to be getting the feeling, and I wasn't even thinking, we weren't even talking about that. But my grandmother would tell jokes sometime, and she told me about her old friend who, I'm not going to share that because I don't want it to be a trigger, but it was about a joke, and she made a joke about the scenario of one of her friends stumbling upon an opportunity to get the feeling and handle it, right? So anyway, maybe you are older and you're thinking your time is up, that there's no way that this particular opportunity of reconnection is going to matter, because maybe you think that you can't fulfill the desires of your mate. I want you to know, to take this, understand that yes, you can. And whatever needs to be restored within you, it will be restored. Understand, look at that. Miracles. You are the joy bringer. You bless the world with positivity and love. Energy soars on your shining wings. Spread the miracle of happiness. So I want you to go ahead and spread that. And what we have here, look at that. Take action. See, take action. You have been in the shadows and you need to get up out the shadows. Stop dimming your light. You're not too old. Stop dimming your light. That's why that message came to me. You're not too old at all. Touch your wound and say it's restored. That's what you do. Put your hands on it. You are a healer. Put your hands on it and just say, look, you are restored. Everything in it is restored. Okay? Amen. All right. It says, know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. And listen, as Divine said to me, listen, first of all, and this makes it make sense. Convos with God make it make sense. I learned so much. For one, Divine said to me, I don't talk. Now that was very different for me. What do you mean you don't talk? I've been talking to you my whole life, you know? What do you mean you don't talk? Divine said, I don't talk. I am the highest level of consciousness. I don't talk. It's a vibration, and it translates, Spirit says, like a binary code, and it translates to you into whatever language you speak. I don't talk. That's how, and listen, we are all spirit. Nothing happened to the transference of divine energy to us. We didn't become contaminated. You know, that energy within us did not become contaminated. What contaminated us is the situation of control. somebody along the way decided they wanted to control, and we've grown further and further away from our actual truth, which is divine energy, right? And it's okay. Divine say, I'm good. I have no problems. I know that everybody gonna be all right. All right, everybody gonna be all right, because that word, that vision of divine for humankind will not return void. You understand? You think you have a vision and it's not going to return void. What about divine's vision for humankind? It's not going to return void. It's not coming back void. Period. So however, it's like whatever you choose to do, however you choose to do this life, that's fine. You do what you do. But the divine souls, okay, and the divine soul that resides within the divine vessels, and I'm stressing the divine souls and the divine vessels, because we are so powerful. We've created, as divine said to me, and it's in the book, you all have created more than just flesh and blood, but because you've not known who you are, right? Because you've not known who you are. You've created many devils. Some things you didn't want to know. You didn't even know. From pain, there was birth so much. So much. So listen. Oh, wow. Okay, so Spirit said, put this in alphabetical order. So that's what we're going to do, all of it. Okay. So let's put this in alphabetical order. I cannot believe that this is already, what is this? This is Thursday already. I cannot believe it. Okay, well, it's going to be at the end. I'm telling you, something is getting ready to happen really, 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 really fast. Really fast. So it's throwing you off. It's just throwing you off. And just do not overthink the direction that the Spirit is leading you, man. Just do not. Don't get caught up in your feelings and stuff. Don't get caught up in your feelings and start thinking that you're doing something wrong, or there's something wrong with whatever is going on in your life. It's not. You have come way too far. You have come way, way, way too far. And how you've come so far, and in what way you've come, by being guided, by trusting, and really fighting again for your authenticity, to be able to act in your authentic nature and your freedom in a way that is very different from where you sit. Spirit said, you've taken action, and there's this fire energy on here. Now, the fire energy, it can be anywhere in your chart, anywhere. And I say that we are having a human experience. So when it comes to astrological science and the science that is absolutely relevant of understanding when it comes to you really coming through an experience of personal development, although it be relevant, it is not you. It is our responsibility, our challenge, and a gift for us to overcome what has been defined of us. We defined that. We defined every single astrological sign. We defined us. We defined the vessels that we reside in. That's already been defined. Now, ignorance of those things, then when you're ignorant of it, that anything you're ignorant of, it has more power in your life. If you don't know about you, how can you overcome? How can you evolve if you don't know anything about you? It's more than just the DNA. It's more than just that. If you don't know, you don't know. So, but you who sit in this fire energy, right? With great, I'm telling you, it's going to be fast though. This is so fast. This is, I'm just feel, it's like overwhelmingly fast. So your emotions, I can just feel it all over the place. You got here by your intuition, following your intuition. You may have questioned it sometimes because sometimes the direction that you went, it was very foreign to you, and that's okay. You still went forward, okay? In this space, you've gained a lot of knowledge. You went into solitude. But it is also important for you to gain some balance, to come out of the solitude, okay? You are trustworthy. You are very trustworthy. You're not sneaky, you're honest. And that's why you've been so trusted with everything that divine has trusted you with, because you are pure. You're a pure soul. Magical. Very wise. Very, very wise. And that's why there's miracles that are getting ready to come. It says magic, miracles, and mystic. It is getting ready to be mystical. That's why I said, don't worry. Allow for yourself to rest. Do not worry about how this is getting ready to unfold. Know that it is. The energy, the excessive, intense, emotional energy that you're feeling is because you are being catapulted. You have been patient. You have been graceful through this process. You have suffered without complaint. You have kept a smile on your face when you could have been crying and mad and cussing folk out. You did not do that. It's so amazing. Sing a song. It's like music, okay? It's like music. Sing healing songs for the world, okay? Your life is a song. Your life is a beautiful song, and you are a phenomenal visionary. A phenomenal visionary. So you're getting ready to really unexpected shift for the visionary. Unexpected shift. You don't see this coming. Look at that. 5-5. I'm just saying. Okay? 5-5. You don't even know. Oh, the spirits will take this one. You don't even know. Hi guys. Hello. Wow. Divine Flow deck. Let's see what we have. The moon. Sometimes surrender is painful. God's cutting away all that needs to go. Illusions, obsessions, addictions. It's the sacrifice to love. See? The cutting away. The sacrifice. Yep. I'm telling you, you've been through a lot, man. And yes, there are some of you who you're being called to just surrender. I'm finally ready, God. I'm finally ready. Pursue me. You're being called to surrender. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed. And don't forget to like and also share. Yes. And visit me online, of course, drprincess-Odilia.com. And don't forget to get the book. Okay. Convos with God. Make it make sense, please. It says, miraculously, amazingly, everything I need always comes. Love is opening me to receive beyond anything I imagine. The Rainmaker. Okay? And then, divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow and serve something beyond the ego. And that is you walking into what is divine abundance? Divine abundance is the soul's passion. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. And that's just for real. Okay? Yes. And so it is. But your faith, you sacrificed. You surrendered. Non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. See, that's what you did. You allowed yourself, you sacrificed, you went right within. There goes that fire again. You see the lion? Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. Somebody needs to pray. Invite help. That's right here. And it says to stand still. It says invite help. Let me look at this. That's number 10 too. The stand still. It says a lunar standstill occurs when the moon's declination reaches its maximum, causing unusual tidal patterns and extended periods of high or low visibility. It's going to go where it's a rare pivotal moment in your life. A time of stillness before a major shift, or when the usual rhythms of life are temporarily suspended. A long-term pattern is about to change. So whatever patterns you had going on in your life that may have had you wondering, even if it's for you who you've just jumped off that mountaintop getting ready to go to the next one. I know, it's scary. You've taken that leap of faith out of that situation. Scary. Yeah. So even for you, you done jumped out. And so you're feeling all over the place. But listen, it's important for you to stay grounded. It's important for you to really, really tap. Why did I just say grounded? Did you see this come out? Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. Let me explain something to you. There is no true happiness if you don't have true joy. But true joy is only attained when you are on the path that was divinely appointed for your soul. How do you know that? It's your strongest passion. And what I don't care what it says, okay? If you are to be an artist, if you are to be a speaker or whatever it is, allow yourself to be guided through the process. Don't just jump in because somebody else said this is the way to do it. Because online, if you allow yourself to get submerged in all of the detail and the rhetorics online, you'll find yourself going in an opposite direction than where divine is leading you to go in your scenario. Because where divine is leading you to go, I can almost promise you that it's not going to be the traditional way or process that it has been done. Your way is unique. It is unique. Don't listen to people that say that if you want to do music. You don't want to do music because everybody's trying to do music and you're not going to ever make it like that. If you want to do this, whatever. However it is, if your soul is yearning and burning for music, I need you to go where it's yearning and burning. But this is how you go, though, baby. Every single day, take one day at a time. You cannot just make your vision. Make it plain and clear, not a dissertation, doing one line at a time. You know, if you see yourself, how do you see yourself? Create how you see yourself in the beginning. I see myself on the stage. You see yourself walking on the red carpet. I want you to see that. I want you to see that and hone on that vision. I am walking on the red carpet. Everybody knows my name, right? I want you to write down, this comes so easy to me, and it's amazing because my name is known all over the world for this right here. But you can't be, don't be, the journey will become selfish at some point, but don't you be selfish, because let me tell you, all of us, when we are given our visions, service is a part of it. And you're going to step into the truth of the service when you allow yourself to be your authentic self, because you're going to help and inspire someone. That's what you're going to do. You're going to help and inspire someone, but you're going to do it the way you are called to do it. So you're going to write down your vision. You're going to move your butt out the way. That means the butt of, I want to do it, but I want to do it, but I don't have any money. I want to do it, but I don't. Let me tell you something. I took a vision global, and I was going through the recession and was homeless at the time. Nobody knew that. Ushered into countries with the Air Force surrounding me. No one knew that I was homeless at the time. You're a visionary. I don't care what it is that you are called to do. Take a step forward. Stop talking to the people around you. They don't even understand. Just leave it alone. There isn't nobody's business. Keep your high vibes and your joy. You write that vision and you make it clear. You understand me? I don't care if you want to do music, if you want to do art. Let me tell you. So thousands of people have been helped as a result of the global movement of transformation. And nobody knew at the time that it was from a homeless woman. I had lost everything. I went from being a self-made millionaire to losing everything in the recession of 2008. And I had this burning. I've always wanted to help and serve, and that's what I've always done. But this vision of transformation, of everybody being happy, everybody coming together collectively with this vision and being happy, it was real to me. People called me crazy. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. And you shouldn't either. Don't you worry about a thing. Do how you're called and put no restriction on your vision. No restriction. Like I said, some people, you're generational curse breakers. So your journey is going to be, you done walked up in a room, you like, doggone it, you tried to walk up out that room. Any decision that you make, consider the room that you done walked in the corridor of your mind. You done walked up in the room. So you done walked up in the room, you done turned around, you cannot go out that way, the same way that you came in, now you got to go through something. It's okay. Don't think it's an accident, because divine shut that door so you can go through it. So now go on through it so that you can do what you have been called to do. And don't you be mad about it either. Your vision, we go from one mountaintop to the next. Whatever your soul is willed to do, it can only be understood by you allowing yourself to be guided. So the grounding is essential. Allowing yourself to be guided through the process, because you can't make it without that. Because your soul came with an eternal map quest, and that's the divine that's talking. And it's so excited when we decide to hear, because we decide to listen. It's like, geez, it's like getting in an Uber, and you've been getting in an Uber for lifetime after lifetime that didn't listen, and they were robotic and completely programmed, not paying attention to divine. And then all of a sudden they get into the vehicle in this lifetime, i.e. you, and it says, you're listening? Yay! Now we can go somewhere? Well, I'm sorry, we got to make this pit stop real quick before we get over there. We're going to get to the beautiful stuff, but first we're going to make this pit stop over here. And so where you have landed a lot of times will not be what you thought where you should be. It doesn't look right. It may not feel necessarily good. We're used to the microwave effect now. We want to, everything. Hell, we can make ourselves look good real quick overnight. I saw somebody on the computer the other day, and they sprayed something on their face, and the whole face had changed right before your eyes. They just fanned it, and it was done. I mean, we got everything so quick and twisted. Quick and twisted. But that's not even the name of the game. Divine said, get in the game. Like most people, you're not even sitting on the sidelines with a jersey on. You're not in the game. It's like we've been playing, it's like playing tennis on a football field. Nobody's ever going to win the game like that because you're not playing the game that was intended to be played on the field. Right? So we got to get in the game. When you get in the game, that's where you find the joy because you're in the game for the love of the game, not for the fame. Not everybody. Hey, listen, not everybody is going to be billionaires or millionaires. Don't give a dang on what you're doing. I don't care what you do. Some people, that's not the mission of your soul in this lifetime. Will it or may, if you decide to go in the opposite direction of what it has been called to do, that is making your soul restless. So now your soul is restless because you're doing something that it didn't come here to do. So then you get to the top and you're like, damn, I'm unhappy. I went through all that and I'm miserable. I fought for that right there. I was worried about what they said, what that said, what this person said, how this was done. And now I can't even stomach myself when I'm in the room by myself. See, that right there is a soul that is restless and unhappy. So that's the joy will only come from a fulfilled soul, a divine soul. And no other way. No other way. Yeah, the journey, hey, look, it's not easy. It doesn't feel good a lot of times. I mean, let's just keep it real. It doesn't. But it does if you're in the right path. It's like if you take a trip, you're going from one state to the next. If you know that you have already taken the right steps and you've already taken the journey, you know that you're on the right road to where you have to go. Regardless of what you encounter along the way on that road, you good. You may stop and have a break because the storm came. So you pull over and you have a break or a snack until the storm dies down. But you know that you're on the right path. And that makes all the difference in the world. Because if you don't have instructions of the direction that you are going and you're just driving aimlessly to the other state, then what? Who does that? How does that look for you? Doesn't feel good, does it? No, could you imagine that? Could you imagine your soul, or i.e. you, getting in the backseat of an Uber with a specific instruction and direction for them to go X place, but you get there and you realize that regardless of whatever you say, the driver decides to go its own way? How would that make you feel? Like, dude, did you know that I want to go over here? Where are we going? Where are you taking me? This is not what I said. I don't want to go here. But imagine the soul. So you doing everything you want to do and doing it your way and not following the internal map quest that came with your soul, i.e. divine source energy, Holy Spirit. Hey, look. It's not going to work. It doesn't work out like that, baby. The highest form of energy is your authenticity, stepping into your freedom and being that without any restrictions or rules. Divine said to me, there's no rules between you and I. There's rules to the game, but it's not rules between me and you. Divine said to me, do you have rules to love your children? I said, no. Well, I don't have rules. It's rules to the game that are now in place because of how humankind, the course that we've taken. And it's okay. Nobody mad. It's okay. It's the name of the game. Right? There's an awakening. Oh, my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Self-love. Listen, when a woman is pregnant, and I know I have some men here, but when a woman is pregnant and we're getting ready to have a baby, as our body become hormonally adjusted to the process in the first trimester, and or like case with me, it was like the whole process, but in the first trimester, they may experience hyperemesis, the vomiting, etc. But that's what happens in that case because the body is becoming hormonally adjusted to the process of you being pregnant. When you have said yes, and this urgency that your soul is burning for the higher desire, the higher nature of you, and you get into a process where you're losing everything. Things seem to be falling out of your life, out of your control. Let me explain something to you. You're right on the right path because you said, I want more. And you said yes. So now that you said yes and you want more, you say yes to the I want more. Yes to the strongest desire. Stay grounded. Yes, put your foot out in the grass. Yes, walk outside and smell the fresh air. If it's not fresh, imagine it, okay? It's really up to you. This is called self-love. And the loss that you've lost is because it was necessary. That's in the first period in Pregnant in the Spirit, How to Birth a Life of True Purpose. Within the first period, I introduced the process of spiritual pregnancy. And in the first period, there is this letting go. Letting go. And that process a lot of the things that people may experience is depression and energies of that, because you don't understand why everything seems to be falling away. But the falling away is necessary. And there's this true experience that comes from your willingness to just submit to the process of the loss. Now it's, what am I to experience in this moment now, rather than allowing yourself to lose control in that moment. Gaining the footing, getting grounded, staying grounded, because the shift is fast. This shift is fast. Wherever you are, whether you're at the top of the mountaintop, going to the other mountaintop in your life. Some of you asked for more, but you didn't realize what it was going to cost you. Right? You know, some of you, if you're honest, if you're very honest with yourself, you've heard that small, still voice a long time ago that said, let this or that go. A long time ago, you already heard it. You get what I'm saying? But you refuse to pay attention to that because you didn't want to let it go. You didn't want to let it go. It didn't feel good to you. Is it good to you? Right? I remember I used to stay in relationships. I said, I'm gonna be honest. I stayed in relationships a long time after I was supposed to be gone, right? But I would stay, you know why? Because I didn't want to go through the pain. I didn't want to go through the pain of breaking up. It was over when I was done to be it over, right? The last time I decided to allow for a divine to guide me through the process as a generational curse breaker. So I went through a process that was really critical for my growth and development so that balance could be restored in my life and for the sake of myself. It's not an excuse, it's the reality. But you got to be about that life. If you're gonna be about the life, you got to be about that life. You got to be about whatever it is whatever is bringing to you. Let it go ahead and bring it to you. Go ahead and go through what you have to go through so that you can get to the next mountaintop. Hell yeah, it hurts. You in that mountain. I remember I said to myself, I said, God, I didn't ask for I didn't ask for this. I was already high. I was already at the high mountaintop. I had built a home, and I had been helping people and all of this, and the business that divine gave me. And you taking me off that mountain? What do you mean? Didn't take the business away, but took me off that mountaintop. The whole recession caused everything to fall. So regardless of, look, it's your personal choice. You can decide to go there or not. But I didn't expect to have to go off of that mountaintop to the next. I didn't know that it was going to cost me my position at the mountaintop. Especially, and for some of you, you already feel that you already are successful. You already are where you need to be. That you don't need to be anywhere else. What else is there, right? If this message is for you, divine is calling you to go higher. You can't even imagine. You think that you are already there, but there is more. You've asked. You've asked. Is there more? You've said to yourself in your private time, there's got to be more. You have felt to yourself like, man, this seems a little bit redundant, or is this it? I don't even want to be on the golf course anymore today, or I don't want to, it's like I have all of this, but I still feel unfulfilled. I have all of these things, but there's something missing. And you're saying this to yourself, and for somebody out there, you don't even want to say it out loud because you're afraid of what it might cost you. You are aware of the power that you have in your mouth and your So you're like, I don't know if I want to say this or not out loud. Because I don't want to leave the position I'm on, but in my gut, I feel like there has to be more. That God is calling me to do more. What will my children say? What will my wife say? What will my husband say? Guess what? Your children and all of the family, everybody has their own individual soul to answer to. Yes, even your children. They have a soul that has a particular mission. And whatever their mission is, apparently it aligned with you so that you could be the one to create that particular vessel. And it is now the response. Listen. Whatever you have to go through by you letting go and taking the leap of faith to where your soul is calling for, where your passion is calling you, your children need to experience that experience, whatever it is that you're going to go through, whatever it is. I know because I've been there. I know because I've been there. My children can tell you. Because that energy shaped them. So they're successful today, and they both took the path of least resistance. The least resistance. They both took that path. Divine said to me, you will fall and rise before men. It's not about you, and your children must experience it too. I didn't even know what to expect when that, oh, Spirit said some more numbers. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't even know the journey was going to be how it was. I didn't know it was going to be as long as it was. I didn't know the nature of the gift. But let me tell you, whoever this message is for, this is really, it's all of it's up to you. Nobody's going to make hey, it's really up to you. It says limitless potential. Somebody's not going to like what you get ready to do either. It says drama alert. The independence. See, you're going to be step into solitude. You're going to be you have to step away. They say step away from the mic. Step away from it. This transformation is not a community effort. This is yours. This is yours. This is your calling. Your peace, your happiness is at stake. Whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it become strongly my desire, and so shall my plans be established and succeed. That key question right there, then take one day at a time. What am I to do today? After you do your meditation, you can look on my page, look up the meditation playlist. What am I to do today? Write it down. Make your plans and be willing to flow. Sometimes divine will give you stuff that your divine team already know that you're going to take forever. So they give you something that you on this week that you probably won't get to the next week. I'm telling you, in the journey, I have done things and did a whole lot. And it seemed like at some point, like I was just doing things. And I'm like, why isn't that complete? Because now you want me to go over here. But then when I look back, it was so much that had been done. It was amazing. So allow for divine to just guide you through the process. What am I to do today? What am I to do today? That's what we're talking about. Take one day at a time, because I'm telling you, it's so much. What you are being called to do is way greater than what you think. What you're being called to do is way greater than you have any idea of. Yes, you were born to shine and inspire. Yes. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. You're so great. You have people that are jealous of your light, of your shine. Spiritually, take the one off top. New beginnings. Look at that. New beginnings. You know this, and you know this already. Look at that. New beginnings, alignment. It says trust the journey. You have limitless potential. Look at that. Take initiative for your dream. This is your life. And it's your choice. It's your choice. Do it how you do it. Get it how you get it. Stay vibrant. That's the vibrant thing. Stay vibrant. Because this is your life, not somebody else's. Don't worry about what somebody else is talking about. Literally. To hell with what everybody else is talking about. This is your life. Nobody is going to live this journey like you. Nobody is going to live this like you. Okay? No. Stop looking at everybody. I'm telling you, stop looking and comparing yourself to the people online, please. I know you've heard that before, but literally, in a literal sense, listen, let me explain, because in order for you to get into the flow, first of all, you're going to find peace. At first, it's a little scary. You know what I'm saying? It may feel a little off, a little scary, because it's different than what you're used to doing. But the minute you step off up in it, you're going to feel the peace. You're going to feel the security that comes from the divine connection that you have, because you're right where you're supposed to be. You paying attention to what somebody else is doing and not literally, not just saying, hey, look, divine, what am I supposed to do today? Follow your own list. Because there's a list for you. What am I to do today? So you have the plan. You wrote down everything that you wanted to do. So now what am I to do today? What do you want me to do? And write it down. Take one day at a time, one moment at a time. Yes, there are days that I used to ask, and I would say, please micromanage me today. Because I mean, this is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Can you micromanage me so that I can do what I'm called to do? Because it seems, I feel like it can be overwhelming all over the place. Oh, okay. It can be all over the place. So what am I to do today? Write it down, make your vision, and make it clear. All right? Make it clear. That's what you ask divine. I could not believe that I ran across that book. I didn't even know I had written that vision down. That's why I want you guys to do what I said. Just send yourself a message. Listen to it every day after you get done. It came out again. The Hierophant. See, you're stuck in tradition. But you're getting moved out of tradition. And there's getting ready to be a celebration. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So, you see that 3 is a crowd, right? Keep people out of your business. Look at that. We're going to look this up. My nail just popped off. Keep people out your business. There's challenge, competition, and you've been through a lot of this. You've been through challenges, competition. But the Spirit say you are protected. 7 and 3 and 10. I said earlier, 10 is all over here. Yeah. But there's a celebration that is coming. That is coming after you have gone. You went through all of this. You went through a lot. They can't be you. Nobody can be you. You have mental clarity that is being restored. Mental clarity, wealth, and abundance. I'm telling you, you're very, very wise. You are a teacher. You have a teacher's energy. You're very, very wise. This deck is very big for me. You're very wise. I hope that this message has been a blessing to who it has been intended for. The number 10, 10, 10, 10. We're going to look up the spiritual meaning of 10. Pay attention to all the signs that you are being given in this time. Okay. Ace of Cups. See, look at that. I'm telling you, celebration, divine love. Somebody's coming back in your life. They have literally had an epiphany. It says proposal, marriage. This is love. Love in the afternoon. And look at that, love. I'm telling you. All right now. The 10 again and the 1. Wow. So you got the 10 of Cups. You got divine love, happiness, fulfillment. Okay? Creativity, new feelings, spirituality, intuition. Says new baby, proposal. Yes. I'm telling you. Somebody's getting ready to come back in your life. Both of you walked away. They're making a decision, and it's a playful, this fire energy. So we got like Leo Sag type energy. Oh, I just got chills. Wow. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit. There we go. Walking into that freedom. Excitement and freedom. They're excited. But this is not, they're not going to go and come. This is like, they're coming home. They're coming home. Preparation and progress. They've been making progress. They've been over just like preparing for the expansion. And this can also be you who have sacrificed. I'm telling you, you have many ideas that you have. You're out of the illusion. You're not in an illusional state. You are in a state of bliss. Because we started off, I told you, with the vision that I had written 4 years ago to the date. I stumbled across the very notebook. Divine told me to turn to the middle of the book. I turned to the middle of the notebook that was in a briefcase that I have not looked, like I say 6-7 months, but it's been a long time. I have not looked in that briefcase, let alone that notebook. For all the notebooks and books that were in there, for me to pull out the one that the Spirit said, go to the middle of the book on a morning that I'm feeling that I'm being distracted. So something must be throwing me off. See, that's that energy, that intense energy. It's intense. I know you're feeling it. So that intense energy that had me going, I thought I was in the wrong place. I thought something must have been wrong, but it was guiding me to that place. And see, that's what happens in a journey. You will find yourself in some certain things will happen. And as you allow for things to flow, then you'll go back and say, wow, I can't even be mad about this right here. The way that just turned out, that had to be God. That had to be divine guiding me into that place, because it's always an immaculate conclusion. And if you would look at it from a different perspective, you're going to be able to hone in on all of the phenomenal gifts and nuggets that you will stumble across in the valleys of this, as you're on the inclines and when you're on the decline, what appears to be decline, because you're not jumping from one mountaintop to the next. You've had to go through to come up. That's just how it is. Go and getting off of that mountaintop, going down, and then coming up. And coming up, whoo! It is difficult. It is. But it is absolutely an amazing experience. They say it's lonely at the top. Yeah, because people aren't there. You mean to knock everybody off. Everybody has you, because you have found out about some of everybody. This love that's coming back, you guys have been through a lot, and both of you know what caused the separation. If it's a twin flame, that twin is not everybody has a twin flame. There's a whole lot of soul mates. There are a whole lot, because our souls have had a whole bunch of lifetimes. Okay, the divine souls. It's so important for everybody to really, really, really stay grounded and to meditate, so that you can. That's that connection. It's like meditation is the highest form of prayer. Sitting quietly before the divine. I call it like date time. It's like having a date breakfast or date night, like, hey, how you doing? It's a love thing. Yeah, that thing. That's what's happening. And just be still and submit to that moment in time. It's okay to sit there and turn on the fire, or turn on a candle or whatever, and just allow for the presence to just take over you. Right? But in that time, it's so important for you to stay there in that type of energy, in that vortex, because I understand now what it says when divine say, trust no one but to love them. I used to say, how you say that when you're supposed to love everybody, But what is love? Love is relative to what is necessary at that time. Is how love is love. Yes, love is forgiving. Love is all that. Divine said to me, meet people where they are and keep the same love heart posture. It's all good. Because I used to wonder, how could people be so mean when I found out at after a few decades of my life, you know. How can people be so mean? But I had to experience those people so that I can understand about hurt people, so that I can understand that depression just wasn't your will to be depressed, that those things can happen. I had some balancing to do. Some scales had to balance in my life, so divine chose somebody, a whole people that could do it. All right? Some of you have been in those experiences your entire life. You've been dealing with people, circumstances. You felt like you were a flamingo amongst birds. You was like, I don't know. I know I'm not with this family. I didn't come from here. And you're right. You're more connected to your soul, to the divine origin of your soul and its genealogy than you are to the DNA. Your soul aligned with it. You know how the forest and the trees, when you think about the forest and the trees, there's not a person that came and planted all of that's in the forest. Someone planted something and it took on a life of its own. That's just period. We go, we enjoy it, we kill it, we do all kind of things to it. It is also life force. Same way with us. In Goal of the Soul, you'll hear and you'll read more about how to fix this and how to really understand the goal of your soul and to really get into it so that you can really come to love the game, not just be it's time to love, to live life intentionally so that you can intentionally be happy. Yeah, let's stop with the fluff. So yeah, some of you are like a flamingo because your soul connected with that family for a particular reason. It needs to get through some stuff. It's got a mission. It's on a mission here. It's like doing what it's got to do. Some people here for a long time and some people here for a short time. But however it is, understand that it literally is all good. It literally is all good, for real. You have help on both sides, spirit and the flesh. Wisdom is what will get you forward. Just because you know something doesn't mean that you're wise. Just because you're old doesn't mean that you're wise because your body is old. You could be an old fool. It doesn't mean that you're wise. I say knowledge is power when applied with wisdom. When applied with wisdom, because you can be knowledgeable and not be wise, again, and be deemed a fool. Proven to be a fool. It's time for you to live your life intentionally. There's a new project, inspiration, urge to create. See, your willpower, it's calling you to do this. New opportunities and growth. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Again. See, the magician came out again. These cups are all over the place. And you are the star. Look at that. The magician and the star. Look at that. Trying one more time. No. Okay. Yeah. How to love you right. How to love you right. It says somebody is walking away from something. You're withdrawing away from what no longer serves you. You're letting that go. That's what it started off in the moon. You're just getting away from it. You letting it go. Letting it go. You're like, I gotta go. I can't do this. I can't do this. Your happiness is everything to you. It is to all of us, darling. The manifestation of growth and development is so relevant. Look at this, the star. After being disappointed, after going through everything that you went through, you are rising like the star. The hope of your calling, honey child, please. After going through the challenges and the competition, and let me tell you, if you have a twin flame, I just have to say, if this is a twin flame and you done went through a tumultuous situation with your love mate, it's a love thing. If you've gone through that and you are coming back and it has been called for you to come back, see, a lot of times people don't make it back to the other side of that because if you're looking at it from a superficial standpoint, a third dimensional aspect of it, you will not go back to them because we have so many rules and regulations. We have so much that we're not supposed to do in a relationship, right? So because of that, many people will not come back into union. But twin flames are not something that is just like everybody's doing it. You know what I'm saying? They are very rare and they're divine. They're divinely appointed unions. These divine souls, they're divinely appointed and orchestrated. You literally cannot be listening to everybody else. You have to follow how you're guided and you have to trust it as a result of you going through everything that you've been through, the wisdom that has been attained as a result of your journey. You have to be willing to trust divine source energy to guide you back into this love. And you're going to know because you're going to come back into union. You're going to stumble upon this situation. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be thinking about it too hard. Wow, when am I going to see him? No, don't even worry about it. Because let me tell you something. When I'm telling you, divine's going to it's just going to happen. You're going to walk into that project. They're going to knock on your door. You're going to walk into that experience. I know somebody who said they don't really go out, but they wanted love. And they said, well, God, if you have this for me, then you know where I am. And a neighbor knocked on their door and told them they wanted them to meet somebody. And they ended up getting married to the person. And it was a whole lot of connection and everything. So what I'm saying to you is you don't have to fight this process. Understand that it is done. Understand that it's just going to happen. Because you've done what you needed to do. So you're going to be in the right place at the right time. It's going to be like a storybook. Telling a story. That's what it's going to be like. Preparation. Look at that, 37. The preparation. The opportunities, they are plentiful. Plentiful opportunities. There are opportunities all over the place. On this you have a new project. I'm telling you. So we got new project here, and we've got a love that is coming back into union. Yeah. A love that is coming back into union. Look at that. Well, you've come out of this whole loss and grief paying attention to somebody else's, and this is somebody else's energy. This is not my collective. Let's clarify this right here. Because somebody else, oh, look at that. Somebody who was stuck in their way and refusing to change. Wow. Then we stepping into some regret. At a standstill. Oh, somebody who was stuck in their way from before. They have had an epiphany. That's like 5 square. They've had an epiphany. They've had to sit with what they now see what they weren't looking at what was up and full. They were looking at everything that was negative before. Very stuck in tradition. Didn't want to walk away because somebody worried about what somebody else was going to think. That person has come into an enlightenment and come to a standstill. They're doing something different about their life. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Spirit said, take this one off top. What's this? Temperance. Balance. Harmony. I'm telling you, I got chills. Balance and harmony is being restored. That's 5 again. 14 is 5 again. I am. Look at that. Gone through a lot. Patience. Finding meaning. They understand now what happened. They understand what happened. They totally understand why things happened the way they did. Why they happened the way they did. Now you're getting ready to be set up on stages. There's going to be collaboration, implementation, and building. Yeah. Building. Take the 3. Listening to your intuition. Meditation, like what we're talking about. Meditation, the creative opportunities again. And here we are again. Abundance. Abundance. We don't listen to this. Look at it. Abundance in every area. Let me tell you something. That's what you are. Look at that. You're getting ready to be catapulted. Yeah. Empress energy, loving and beautiful. Yeah. I wrote this. One of the newer songs. I wrote this in 25. In my dreams. Yeah. You are getting ready to be catapulted. Coming back into union. Some of you with your soul, like I said. And then there is, you're coming back in area of my life. Look up what cat means. Look up what the cat means. That's what you are. That's independent. Look. I studied this science. What did she mean? Science. Bring all the worlds together from all timelines and dimensions. Souls coming together. Yeah. Collectively, I am a representation of all science. Yin and yang. Feminine and masculine. Above and below. Yeah. Awesome graphic. I am so awesome. Yeah. Do you know where she's going to? Okay. Whoa. To be studied. Bring balance. Now, my eyes. Okay, so Spirit say, have faith, baby. Have faith. Trust that you're being guided. Listen, anybody who chooses to be guided, it's like being in a mother's womb. You are highly protected, okay? You're highly protected. So it's like nothing, even your choices are protected, okay? I say, at times life offers you choices knowing full well the choice that you will make, but presenting to you the opportunity to experience life in all of its profound results. So never, ever regret any choice that you've made, for in all cases you have just become more knowledgeable of your true self and also have inspired been given the opportunity to inspire others to do the same. So don't be frantic about it. Know that you are being guided, and say, you know what, I'm gonna do this. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion. That'll get you messed up. Don't draw conclusions on the conclusion, baby. Just go. Just go with the flow. Your change is coming very, very. It's an unexpected shift, and it's happening very fast. So as a result of that, it feels like a lot. It's like a turbulence. Like your energy feels scattered, a little turbulent. But I want this to encourage you so that you understand that, baby, this is something so totally different, honey. You get ready to be on a whole nother stage of life, a whole nother realm of life. Stay off of social media that puts you in the mindset of the past, that keeps you there mentally. We're about to look up this index finger because I'm sick of this nail popping off. So what is the spiritual meaning of the index finger right hand? Pay attention to everything. Like I'm doing this right here. Index finger, right hand. Spiritual meaning. Watch it aligns with what we're talking about. Right hand, spiritual meaning. Okay. We're going to see. Look at this. Authority, guidance, and manifestation. Did we not just say you manifest and you getting ready? You in the manifestation stage, baby. Transformation. It says, the index finger, often called the pointer or leader finger, holds deep spiritual symbolism across cultures, religions, and esoteric traditions. On the right hand, it is specially associated with authority, guidance, and manifestation. Are we not talking about the guidance, the divine guidance? Have faith. Have faith. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Let me tell you, I'm telling you, that book, let it be encouragement to you. Even in the moment of feeling like you're all over the place, like you're out of sync. It's like you're feeling like you're out of sync, but you're not out of sync. You're actually on point. And where you're being guided, you're going to realize that, wow, I was supposed to be here. I needed to find that morning. I could not believe, as I recalled where I was at the time of that last date on August 5th, 2022. I remember where I was, and everything that I had written that day has come to pass. It's a couple things that hadn't, but some major things have happened that I know it was only me visioning real crazy, right? Like somebody would say, like, girl, you done lost your dang on mind, right? Forgive yourself. You think you done made a choice that was wrong, that was out of sync of the alignment. Forgive yourself. No. You're good. You're good. Remember, what am I to experience in this moment now? That's what you ask. Divine, what am I to experience in this moment now? Make it plain and clear. What am I to experience in this moment now? Be willing to just slow down. Take one day at a time, one moment at a time. God, micromanage me. I don't know if this is the right thing to do, because yes, some of the things you're going to be guided to do is real. It's way different from what you're used to doing, from the regulations and the confinements that you've had. It's very different. No, this ain't God's will. Oh yeah, it is. Because your soul has a mission. See, this is the thing. We are the cleanup crew. Okay. Our era of humankind, we are the cleanup crew as we prepare for the new era. Yes, our children, our grandchildren will forget. They won't even know about how we done did life. They'll be like, wow, that happened with them. They had all wars and stuff. Like, what was going on back there? You know what I'm saying? It'll be in history books. Or maybe not. I don't, but it's going to be stories that were told, but it won't be their reality. It's going to be, it's a whole new thing that's happening. Be something totally different. Let me see here. It says guidance from the universe. This is what we talk about. Remember I said, I wanted to find out. I'm telling you, pay attention to everything. This nail just kept popping off. Not just now, but last night, today, before I was on camera, this nail was popping off. So I stopped and see the signs that are coming in your life. They're going to be very different. It's going to be very different. It's okay to look it up. Spiritual meaning of, and don't ask ChatGPT. Let me tell you why I'm going to say that. Go to Google for now, okay? I'm going to tell you why I don't ask Chat. Chat is very programmed. It's very programmed and also in a box, okay? So it's going to really remove any type of, like when it comes to spiritual conversation, it kind of pulls you out of it. It'll like say, okay, I understand why you want to see it that way. Like really kind of dumb down what you may be feeling about it a lot of times. And that's because of its programming. Okay. We are programmed. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Everything is energy. Don't get it twisted. So, but in this scenario, so I say, go to Google and say spiritual meaning of this particular number. You keep seeing it. The spiritual angelic meaning of this number, this, that, and the third. It's going to pull the data, and it's not. It won't give you so much mouth. Okay, ChatGPT has they're chatting. They got a lot of mouth. Okay, it's energy. Don't get it twisted. Okay, so the guidance of guidance from the universe. This is what this index finger is. Okay, cross cultures. The index finger is seen as a conduit for divine guidance. A conduit for divine guidance. Pointing with it can symbolize directing your life toward the right path, receiving spiritual insight, or aligning with higher wisdom. Number 3, manifestation and intention. Are we not talking about that? This is everything we've been talking about. The manifestation and intention. Mystics and energy. If you've been here from the beginning to now, you will see that all of this stuff we pull, this popped off again. So I had to look it up. Mystics and energy. Workers believe the index finger channels energy for manifestation. Pointing with intention in prayer, meditation, or rituals is thought to direct cosmic energy toward your desires. Focus and concentration. In meditation and mindfulness, focusing on the index finger can enhance clarity, grounding, and spiritual connection. So look at that. So meditation, manifestation, and self-awareness, to sum it all up. Personal power, divine connection, and the ability to guide your life's direction. Pay attention to the signs. Things are not just happening just because, especially in this day and time. It's too many people woke now. So the playing field is being clear. We're done playing tennis on the football field and not in the game. We are literally doing what is necessary now. So pay attention. Pay attention to every solitary thing. Stop and pause, okay? The cloud is not the cloud that you thought it was. And like, look at it. Spirit said, take all of this. Okay, so we're going to do what we got here, Holy Spirit. Okay. Release attachments. So we're summing it up with this. Release attachments. Attachments to an old way of thinking and being is what comes to me. We had the Hierophant come out. That's a traditional person, a person that is pretty much stuck in tradition. There's something and also a person that is a teacher that knows a lot, that has a lot of knowledge. Release attachments from what you think you thought you knew. I wrote a quote not too long ago. If you knew who was really in your view, you may reconsider how you thought of them, the perspective you have of their view, etc. And you'll reconsider things. Release it. Look at the quote online. I have it online. Okay, I can't remember exactly what it is because I just wrote that one. Be present. Be present. Allow yourself to slow down and pay attention to the things that are in your face. There's signs all around you, but you're expecting it from another kind of a way. But the Spirit is giving you all kind of different ways. And it's right in your face. Spiders aren't the only thing that'll bite your nose off, right? It's those things. Be brave. Be brave to be present and to release attachments. Be brave. Step into the courage that is within you, because otherwise you are going to remain in a stuck energy. You're looking for peace, love, and happiness when really it's really just you needing to step away from those things that have you tied mentally, that have you suppressed. You're feeling like you want to live, you want to breathe, but you think that you're going to be caught up in some type of negative repercussion. You're feeling conviction that has been taught to you, not the conviction, not God convicting you, but the indoctrination convicting you. Not God. The true love of God is so freeing and so beautiful that it'll just shock so many people. I didn't write Convos with God. Convos with God poured out of me. I sat at the table, it was morning. I didn't look up until it was dark. Because divine is so like, the frequency, the energy is so loving. It's not the bad relationship that gives you ultimatums. That's not divine. Divine love doesn't come with ultimatums. Okay? It doesn't come with ultimatums. Do this or else. But we are so caught up in it. It reminds me of the Harriet Tubman. I always go back to this story. It reminds me of the movie Harriet Tubman when she went back to go get her sister. And she went back to get her sister. And mind you, now she done fought lions, tigers, and bears. And then they're saying that she also had certain things. She has certain physical, quote unquote, ailments. And she went through a lot to get back to get her sister. And when she snuck up on her at night in the movie, she said, "I'm here to get you." And her sister looked at her and said, "I'm good. Master treat me good. Master treat me good." Divine said to me that most people will find it very difficult to be free. But for their peace, they'll choose freedom. I'm nothing like they said I am. God is not here to bind you. But because we've been taught that, it's just so, it feels like that's right. We feel like that's what we need to do. We need to be caught up in the bondage. It's just freer. They say some people may have gone to prison, but they come out of prison and they want to go back because it was too difficult of a choice. Freedom was too difficult of a choice. So you've been stuck in lack because you are afraid of disappointing God. You're afraid of disappointing your family. You're afraid of disappointing yourself. You're afraid of disappointing your children. You're afraid of disappointing your spouse. You're afraid, so you're stuck in lack. Lack is for you to be in lack, that your soul is in lack. Because see, you yourself, I did a show years ago. I said, I'd rather for my physical self to be homeless than for my soul to live in an abandoned house. That's lack. When your soul has no freedom and you're not listening to the divine. So you're not listening to how, i.e. your intuition. You're not listening. So when you don't listen, your soul's unhappy. Because your soul and now you subject the soul to all of the other things that come as a result of your fear, as a result of you not letting go, as a result of you holding on to what matters to in the face of others. It's your personal choice. Find the lesson in what you're experiencing. God, what am I to experience in this moment now? Forgive yourself. I don't care if you went through, forgive yourself. Addictions, whatever. Forgive yourself. It's okay. God said, there's no rules between me and you. It's rules to the game, not between me and you. I have no rules. I just love you, baby. You know? It's that type vibe. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Restore balance is being restored in your life. But baby, the new ideas, the opportunities that are coming your way, the new strength and the passion, the love of the freedom. You know, humankind is different. I was raised Pentecostal. Tomato, tomato. I think about the cards here. I'm so happy that I'm able to be free to do this now. I've always loved cards. My mom used to have a little box that had scriptures in this. It was a word basket. Man, I look forward every day to go and pick a card just to see what it would say in that card. Every day I want to do that. I love the card games. I love to do this right here, to shuffle. I mean, you know, when it was a card game, uno, dos, tres. Okay, I love this idea, you know, just being able to do that, right? I looked forward to cards. I did not know that all of the cards, the Uno and different things, spades and all that, they are in comparison to tarot. And tarot is really the story of the journey. It was my life. We get so caught up in what somebody said and we don't do our own homework, and then we don't know what's happening. And then when you realize that, man, I wasn't, at the end of the day, I really wasn't living. If I'm not living in my authentic, true self, free, without apology, I am not living for divine. I'm living for somebody else, but it's definitely not divine. The highest energy, the highest frequency above all these is love. Loving yourself. And being free to do that, baby. You're going to discover the truth. There's something or someone you are clinging to and it's keeping you from stepping into your light. Let it go. Let it go. You have everything you need to succeed. And the only approval you need is your own. And on that note, I'm going to let it go. Let it go, baby. Release so that you can get everything that divine has orchestrated for you. Your soul is here on a mission. God, whatever your desire is regarding my life, let it be strongly my hands, be established and succeed. Amen. And so it is. And amen. And it is so. I love you guys. Hey. Hey. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, visit me online, Dr. Princess-Odilia. Don't forget, guess what? Global Transformation Tour World Virtual Experience will be this November. More detail will be coming out. Our workshops, classes, seminars, are all coming out for the fall. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I love you guys so much. Don't forget, study to show yourself approved. Stop letting everybody tell you what to do with your life, okay? It's time to be free, baby. I love y'all. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yeah. Da, da, da. And look up the spiritual meaning of the cat as well. Okay, guys? Look at that. Infinite possibilities. Yeah. What you are. I love you guys. And don't forget to like the music channel. I am Music Princess. I love you.